Once upon a time, they were big, strong warriors.
First, of course, is water. Now, the word whiskey, it comes from the Irish or the Gaelic Ishkabaha. And Ishkabaha, when translated, means the water of life. Also, the Gurney River that flows to the grounds of our distillery is the life force behind the whiskey making process. Now, our second key ingredient is barley. And the barley that we use, we grow within a radius of 160 kilometers from the distillery. We also use premium, non-genetically modified corn or maize. Now, Jameson is one of a few whiskies worldwide that uses two types of barley. The first type we use to make our Jameson with is called, well, unmalted barley. And unmalted barley is ordinary barley just into the fields. The husk is intact. It is very, very hard, but it gives the whiskey a creamy mouth coating with a hint of spice. That's the first type, unmalted. The second type we use to make Jameson, of course, is called, well, malted barley. And malted barley is very much the same as unmalted, except before it comes to us, it goes to the malt house. It's now soaked in water for 2 days and comes out of the water. It's then stored in a warmer, humid environment until germination begins. We're tricking the grain to think it's springtime. At spring, it releases sugars and enzymes we need later on for fermentation. We now apply some heat. The heat will stop the germinating process, and that lets us access those really important sugars. And folks, it's all Maltese, dried, germinated. Everybody, your tables are lighting up. In the middle of every table is one of the original malt house tiles. It's dating back to 1897, 1898. You can see the text, of course, you want to see. And folks, you'll see as well there are two trays on the top. On the right-hand side, unmalted barley, on the left-hand side, malted. We're first going to go to the right, the unmalted tray. We're going to stir up the grains, take some out. Now, everybody, just smell the grains. Don't be eating them. They're there for a while. Now, there's not much of a smell to unmalted barley. It really just smells like grass. Now, folks, we say it says malted. Okay, a very, very different smell. It is much sweeter. Of course, it's much sweeter. So sure. Now, everybody, here in Jameson, we are almost fanatical about maintaining the crisp, clean taste of barley. So when we dry our germinating grains, we actually use hot air. Now in Scotland, a lot of our cousins will actually use turf or peat. Now by using turf like this imparts a peaty, smoky flavour to a lot of Scottish whiskies. A few steps to go now before we get to distillation. We're going to have to go and grind our grains down. They're ground down into a flour that is actually called grist. Added to water, then heated. This is called the mash. What we're doing here is extracting all the sugars, filter the mash, and up with a liquid that is called wort. It's full of sugar, and it adds yeast. The yeast heats the sugars, and as it does so, it releases carbon dioxide or CO2, but more importantly, it now Anyway, we end up with a liquid that is called beer or wash, and at this point in time it has an alcoholic strength of about 10% alcohol by volume. For our American guests, of course, that is 20 proof. Folks, it's our first part, the ingredients. The question for you though, not everybody here is English mother tongue. Does everybody know what barley is in your own language? If you're not sure, please ask. All happy enough? Yinchen. So folks, that's a little bit about how we make it. The next step on our journey, of course, is brilliant because we have our ingredients. We now have liquid, we've got alcohol in it, 10%, 20 proof. It's not a huge amount, but it is perfect distillation. Now we distill in old style giant copper pots and more modern efficient column stills. And here is how it works. The beer is now sent to the first still. We now apply some heat. Alcohol boils at a lower temperature than water. The very first vapors to rise are quite high in alcohol. Vapors travel through the body of the still and they escape through the neck of the still itself. And the vapors' freedom is short-lived. The vapors are now processed through a condenser. They go through the condenser, they're cooled down. As they cool down, they change back into liquid. So after a few hours, then turn the heat off. By turning the heat off before the temperature in the still reaches the boiling point of water, that means the water stays in the still, but the alcohol is now free to continue on its journey. Most American whiskeys are one-time distilled. Now our second distillation is in the faint still. A lot of our Scottish cousins will now stop in the second distillation. But John Jameson figured out distilling his whiskey 3 times made it smoother. So, at the end of the second distillation, it is now sent to the third and final still, simply called the still. Now making a whiskey this way, John Copper pot, gives us what's called pot still whiskey, seen as a typical style of Irish whiskey. Now, we do make a second style of whiskey in the middle called grain whiskey, and it's made from malted barley and corn, but it's distilled in a more modern and efficient column still. Making it this way gives us an alcohol that is deemed lighter when compared to the more fuller bodied pot stills. Column still is said to be light, delicate, fragrant and floral, okay? So this is Jęczmica and Saravica, okay? Saravica and Jęczmica. Please. Very nice. So folks, column still, light, delicate, fragrant, pot still, spicy, robust, full body. Some prefer pot over column, others prefer column over pot still, but we need both to make most of our whiskies with, so we don't play favourites. Okay? But a very important question is, do you get the difference? Folks, a bit about distillation for the process. So the next thing we're going to do is fill some barrels. We fill the barrels? Yeah? Why not? Let's go fill these barrels. Now, being filled when they are filled, say in the warehouse. In the warehouse, we're going to spend many, many years just waiting. Time passes, and you get this fantastic interaction between the spirit of the wood and the truth of the whiskey comes to the fore. My friends, at your tables, the beakers are now lit. Do nothing except look at them. Far left, you'll be surprised. Far left, of course, is clear spirit just being distilled. Far right, what it looks like after 7 years in the barrels. The colour is much deeper. But hey, we're missing alcohol. What? Where is it gone, you cry? This is the famous aging share. We lose about 2% a year to evaporation. That works out at about 35,000 bottles of Jameson a day evaporates. We have the happiest angels in the whole of Ireland. So my friends, that's a little bit how we actually make our whiskey. Yeah. No, it's a single cask. Yeah. So I know, but it's a single cask. That's what we're charging 3 times more. You know what I'm saying? You know. So again, there's nothing wrong with that, but again, it's just a question of people get hung up on names and things like that. It's a single malt in a single cask. 4 times. Today, we're going to compare the Jameson in the middle to the best-selling American whiskey on the right-hand side and the best-selling 12-year-old Scottish whiskey on the left-hand side. Now, all I ask when you drink the Jameson, will you please remember just to leave some whiskey in the glass to compare to the other whiskies. What I'm very diplomatically trying to say here is that this is not a shot drinking competition. I know. We tried that once before.